So now we will discuss the key switches, and there are quite a few of them. I will choose the sustained sound, and if we look down here on the far left of the keyboard, we can change the articulations by playing specific notes on the keyboard. In our case here, we start on the C, and by moving chromatically upwards, each key will choose a different articulation. We can hear this if I play and select different keys down here. Of course, I can jump between any of the articulations easily and without having to use the mouse. One issue to be aware of is that different developers specify different articulations for different keys. However, the key switches are user-definable, so you are free to assign the articulations to whichever keys you prefer usually. Of course, the main advantage of this method is that the key switches are recorded along with your performance, which we can see here. Now, if we look at what I have just recorded, we can see down here the key switch notes have also been recorded. One issue with this might be that if you shared the MIDI file or took it to a studio where they used different software, the key switch notes may not relate to the notes used in their orchestral library. But as we just mentioned, customizing the key switches is not a major issue. So you could adjust other software to react to your key switch assignments. In our example here, we can see that we switch between staccato, détaché, and pizzicato. The next and probably most important issue with key switches is that they have to be performed slightly in advance of the note you want them to act upon. This will require a certain amount of practice on your part, and should be considered part of learning how to create realistic string parts. To demonstrate in more depth how to use articulations, we have chosen a piece by Mozart, and that piece is Eine kleine Nachtmusik. The reason we have chosen this is that it is a light and delicate piece of music that is very lively and therefore has a lot of articulation changes. This doesn't mean that other more powerful pieces do not require articulation changes. But the Mozart piece does show that with relatively few articulation options, you can make your virtual library sound very lively and realistic. And to help with this, we have prepared the musical score, as we can see here.